Right?
I've been very good at
You never know.
Definitely test. So it was kind of tweaking what we could get in there with the Fair Housing Act to make sure it was compliant. So what we've developed is geo-targeted ads. Has anybody done any of those on their own yet? Which is just like, it's kind of similar to a boost, but it's more like you're pinpointing an exact area. And then it's gonna go out to a 15-mile radius. So that's what we have here is like, what we do is we create these digital ads for you, and you can either have your own internal team create the assets and we'll just add on our loan officer's page to that, or you can have our team create it fully for you at no cost. So we kind of look at premium as your resource in our marketing department as yours. So utilize us whenever you need it, whether it's social ads or anything. So we want to go to the next slide. Some of the benefits to doing kind of these paid ads and things like that, it's kind of our transition from the traditional EDVMs. So has anybody done those? The direct mailer.
What does an EDDM mean?
Every door direct mailer. So it's basically those postcards we get in the mail about anything and everything. Like there's just sold, just listed, or something that doesn't even have to deal with real estate. It's just another company. So anybody receive those in their mailbox? How many of you saved that? None of you, probably. So that's kind of like where me and Mike kind of developed this a little bit to kind of find a more cost-effective way where you could have some more analytics to it as well. Because once that mailer goes out there, you have no idea if it went to their mailbox. You have no idea like who read it, who saved it. Sometimes like putting those call to actions on there, or if you have like a schedule or something with like the bills, those are definitely something that people save for those. That's when kind of those would be kind of worth it for those mailers. But when you're trying to get your word out there and kind of get your brand out there in a specific area, geo-targeted ads are definitely the way to go because you can pinpoint that area that you're specifically looking to target and be the top realtor out there. So with this too, it's also very cost effective. When you split this with your premium loan officer, it's $300 total. It's 150, 150. So it's a split right down the middle. Your loan officer will cover half of that cost for you. And your ad's gonna run for 2 full weeks on our platform. So you're gonna get attention from all of our followers and everybody who's impressed on our page as well. So you're gonna kind of piggyback off of us, and we're gonna help kind of move your message as well. So with this, if you wanna go to the next slide. So when you choose the 15-mile radius, everybody's first question is, can I go smaller? You do have to keep it at 15 miles. You can go larger. I don't think you would need to go larger than 15 miles because if you can see here, Rochester right here, this is where our office is, right on Monroe Ave, if you guys are familiar with it. You can see we're hitting Honeywell Falls, Victor, Macedon, Webster, Fairport, Henrietta, Greece. So 15 miles is giving you a lot of reach. You're not necessarily going to hit all those hundreds of thousands of people within that circle because Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, they're going to pinpoint the people who are interested in real estate and interested in what you're posting. So they'll kind of target toward the people that you want to see your message. So with this, you do have to stay within the 15 miles or more. It's just like a compliance rule with fair housing, things of that sort. And they do have to stay specific to like 1864. You can't kind of pick your demographics, things of that. Again, we're all kind of familiar with that rules and everything. But so you can see there's a big reach, like if you're in the Buffalo area at all too, you can see what 15 miles gives you. We're on Transit Road there. So they're getting Depew, Clarence, Amherst, Lockport, huge reach with 15 miles. You can go to the next one. So we've also put together too to make it really simple for you guys when you want to submit something like this. We have a whole website that has all of this information that I'm talking about today that I'll send over to you guys. It goes through kind of templates that we have. So if you're kind of just getting started in social media and you're like, oh, I don't know kind of the messaging I want to do. We have templates for you to go through that and we can customize it. We can put your brand colors, we can do all of that. Or if you're feeling really creative, we can fully customize it for you. So you can tell us like, hey, I want to do an Easter bunny theme that has my picture in it with an AI video or something. We can do that for you. And we'll create it, we'll put it out there, and we'll co-brand it with you and your loan officer. So the whole page here in this website, I'll send over to you guys. Actually, I think if you click it, we'll go to it. If I did it right. I did. Okay. Never mind.
No.
You don't have it. Okay. I'll send it to you guys. Never mind. So we'll go back to the There we go. Yeah, so I'll send a link to you guys. So it's really nice. You can see examples on there. It talks about like the statistics. We update it every month. So we're always updating it, putting the real time analytics on there for how they're doing. And like the video options is a new one that we have as well. And you can also really easily submit your Google format on here that goes right to me and my department to submit your ad. And it walks you right through it, asks you all the questions that we'll need, so we don't have to kind of go back and forth. A lot, you tell us exactly what you want, and then we send you a proof to look over and let us know if you need edits. And then after that, your hands are clean. We'll take it from there and publish it for you. So you can go to the next slide. So one of the nice things is anybody here not have a digital business card with us? Okay, is everybody else? Oh, that's impressive. I love that. So for those of you who don't have it, those who do have it, maybe just need a little bit of refresher. We set these up complimentary for all of our agents. So what this is with the paid ads, we link your paid ad to your digital business card. So when somebody clicks it and they are interested in kind of what you're advertising, say it's a property you just sold and they're like, oh, I'm interested because I like that area, I'm looking into it, or I'm looking to sell my house in that area or purchase. They'll click right on that ad and it's gonna go right to your digital business card. So and on that, it's gonna have your contact information, your loan officer's information. It can have all the links that you want on it. So it's definitely really a tool too, to kind of keep your name top of mind for people. To look at that and have everything right there. A lot of people do, I know Tracy utilizes it really well with a bunch of links on it. So that people will go to her digital business card to find that link, so they're always being reminded she's a loan officer. So they need it. So it's a great tactic for real estate agents too. Because then they're always looking and saying, oh, I'm ready to buy a house now. I see your name all the time when I open our card to look at the bill schedule and things of that sort. So we'll link it right to your digital business card. If they want to apply to your loan officer, they can do it right from there too, because right at the bottom of the card will have all of their information, whoever you have, and they can get pre-approved right there as well. There's a calculator on it, all of that sorts of stuff. So it makes it kind of like seamless for the person who wants to get information. So anybody who doesn't have one, just reach out to me after this and we'll get you guys set up with one. It's really quick and easy. We just need to confirm your information and we'll get you set up with one. Go to the next one.
I like your Modern Family.
I try to keep it like so I'm not like having to change it every day. So we do provide analytical reports after your ad runs. So once the ad has gone for the 2-week time, if you're doing the paid ad with us, we will send you what has gone out for your impressions, your likes, engagements, things of that sort, and we'll walk you through it in your messaging. On average, if you want to go to the next one real quick, on average, we get about 64,000 impressions. So if you think about that when you do like a mailer, like I was talking about earlier, you usually can send about 1,000 of those out. Is usually the typical average of those you're sending out. So that's only 1,000 impressions. If 1,000 people actually keep it, this is 12 times that. So you're getting a way bigger audience to see your message and something that's tactical and going right into the hands of the people you want to see it, who want to see about real estate or buying or selling a home. We do get an average link click too. So that link click to your digital business card I went through, an average of 48 link clicks. We can't necessarily track the leads per fair housing and like request their information, but that's why we drive them to your digital business card. And then that's where you can kind of put a fill form in there. And that's the gray area. Because Meta kind of makes it a little tricky where you can't have them directed to a fill form because then it's soliciting. So we drive them to your digital business card and you can add a link for a fill form. That's the gray area, we can skirt around it. Yep. And then our average engagement, so those are like the likes, the hearts, things of that sort, we get an average of 52. So this is great results for something that you can actually see if it's working, if it was a good area for you. Because if you're trying to maybe like market in a new area and be a new agent out there, like say you're going for Brighton, you're going to be there and you're like, wow, I didn't really do that well. Not that many people are looking at it. And then you do one in Henrietta and you see it's doubled. Maybe that's the market you want to go to. And put your face out there. So we provide all of this information for you about a week after your ad runs, because we like to make sure that it fully runs through, nothing paused or anything of that sort. So you'll get this every time you run any ad with us. Go to the next one. So these might play. Oh, we got the sounds off because Mike's really loud in that. But before I go into the podcast samples, does anybody have any questions about like kind of how the geo-targeted ads work with us?
Sam, what's a common link for the business card that a real estate person might want to put on there?
A lot of the time there's taxes, things of that sort, like county taxes and things like that. People do like to know that on there, like that's a big one. A more like untraditional one is the schedules. Bills and savers are huge links to put on there because it's a draw to have people go to your digital business card. Like you can
Thank you.
75 links if you
A
want.
little bit of
I
water.
wouldn't guess that because then they'll get lost. I think like 10 to 15 is always like the sweet spot because you don't want to have to make them scroll too
What's
much.
that?
But things of like
Okay,
taxes,
thank you.
grants, you know, like the neighborhood vitality, if you're kind of in that market too, like putting information on there. Cause you want to kind of use that digital business card as an outlet for them to come to you as the resource. Cause so you want to always have them come to that and seeing your face. So those are some really good ones that you have. I don't know if you have any other different
CMA's
ones.
a big draw around here,
Yeah.
especially in the summer months, and let's face it, that's our busy time as well.
Yeah.
So everybody's always looking to see what shows are coming up from CMAC, so I have that one on there, and that gives me the most clicks during the concert season.
Something about the wine trails would be good too. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's a
yeah.
link that gives you a list of all the wineries,
There
but that would
is.
be cool.
Yeah, I grew up out here, so
Okay.
there is a link for that. But yeah, so the possibilities are endless. You can put anything you want on there. It doesn't have to be real estate related, or it doesn't have to be that. Obviously, you do want to be a resource for that because that's, you know, your job and your career. But you think about it kind of outside of the box on how to draw people to it on a daily basis. Like one of our loan officers has her golf schedule on it. So her teammates always go to her digital business card. Now they might not be buying a house in like the next 5 years or something like that, but they're always reminded. And if somebody is, they're like, oh, I know Phyllis, she's gonna get a loan for us or for my friend. So think about it kind of like that and putting something out that's outside the box. Bill schedule, I think is a must unless you're not a bill state. So with these, we have just stepped into like the podcast session. I'm sure you guys have probably seen them pop up on our social media. But this is kind of like a new offering, and these can also be utilized in these social ads. So you can use these organically, which is just free on your own social media pages or your business pages that we would just provide to you and you would post on your own, similar to the other paid ones. We always give you the collateral to use on your own and suggest you use them and put them in your own rotation. But with these, they're nice because with this podcast session, you might sit down with Andrew or Tracy or Adam, and you're gonna have like about an hour session. I know Andrew's done a couple of them with us, and Tracy's getting into them too with her agents. Is you sit down for about an hour and you just have a conversation. You're just super casual. At first, everybody's nervous. We have drinks or whatever you need to loosen you up. So I've done a lot of them, so I know what each person needs. But you sit there and you just like we prep you beforehand, and like we'll talk about like, okay, what are we gonna talk about? Like maybe you're stronger with Andrew on like a specific topic, like SEMA or something like that. That's what you want to focus on, and we'll go through kind of like tactics to help drive the conversation to get these deliverables for you. So once you do this, you're then rolling, having this hour conversation. We cut all of this video for you into 8 social media shorts. So that's basically like a month's worth of content in videos to mix in with your other traditional posts. So it can be a really big draw and help kind of increase your impressions on your page. So with these posts, we give these to you. They're branded with your loan officer again, obviously, and then you can post them with the paid ad if you want. You can use these for that, or you can just use them for your personal page. So those were just some samples that are running. If you want to go to the next one. These ones are really cool. We've done these with kind of like our internal team right now. It's probably good you guys can't hear what they're saying right now because they're very loud. But you can do a round table too. So say like Tracy, Andrew, and Adam, and maybe 2 or 3 of you guys want to all get together like a panel essentially, and you're all having a big open conversation. Like this one we did, we had like CAP and Lender Logics, so the digital business card that you see, the quick qual app, all of that we have. He was in there, we had our attorney, we had a real estate agent, we had Mike, and then we had some of our loan officers in there. So it's great, you can bring a bunch of different minds together, and it brings out really great collateral to talk about kind of the full circle of the business or kind of what's going on in the market. So any of these, I just kind of wanted to showcase these to you guys that these are an option. Again, you could do them one-on-one with your loan officer, or you could do kind of more of a group setting if that would be more comfortable for you. But we set these all up with you. This is like a cost to it, but it would be split with premium and your loan officer, obviously. But we can use these or paid ads organically, whatever you guys. You can go to the next one. I think that's, oh no. So when it comes to the podcast, we'll walk you through it like I kind of said. Like you won't feel like you're just like signing up for it and then like, what do I do now? Like you're not blindfolded or anything like that. We'll walk you through, we'll talk about like kind of what kind of guests you want to have on there. Like if you're like, okay, I want my loan officer and I kind of want an attorney to talk about maybe that side of it. And have more videos to talk about that with my buyers. So we'll help you kind of go through that and walk through the conversation and walk you through exactly how it's gonna go. If you're in Rochester, I'll typically be there with you and I'll kind of like jump in and be like, hey, that's really long-winded. Let's shorten it and maybe say this. So that you can get those quick grabs from that. So you'll always have the support of premium there with you, whether it's your loan officer or the marketing team. But the next one, I think that is it. Do you guys have any questions about social? And again, I will send this all to you and you guys can kind of dive a little bit deeper into the website that has all the information I went through. But questions?
I'll make a comment and say, I think that you're creating a really unique space, and you've always been a great marketing partner for agents, right? I think you're creating a really unique space in terms of a lender that is looking at it as we are a marketing resource for our agents.
Yes. Yeah, and then that's really what we want to do. I know we work with Susan a ton and her team. We definitely wanted you guys to kind of look at our marketing department and our loan officers as a resource to you guys and as an asset. We don't want to look at it as like competition. We want to be here in our department to help elevate you guys and maybe alleviate a little bit of pressure from you and your internal team too, to support you. Because the end goal is like, we do everything for our agents. Like that's our goal and that's our goal primarily. And that's how Mike's created this company. So whether it's something like this, whether it's digital, social media, open house flyers, things of that sort, we also have all of those available. If you have an event and you need promotional items, things of that sort, the possibilities are completely endless. So if you need anything of that sort, or if you have an idea of something that like you want to bring to the market, you want to try out with us, don't be afraid to come to us or don't be afraid to email me and say, hey, I'm interested in maybe trying this out. Would you guys kind of like want to do it with me? I'll never say no. I'll always go to Mike and be like, hey, let's give it a whirl. Because you never know what it's going to turn into. And that's kind of where this all came from too. So yes, if you guys ever need anything, reach out to your loan officer, reach out to the marketing department. I will send you all this information in the link, and then I will also send the all like the list of things that we offer to, like the flyers, social media, promo items, all that too.
That link to the marketing website there that he couldn't get into, is
Yeah.
that, our agents could get into it?
Yeah.
Is that restricted?
Yeah, I think it just might be, maybe if that was an old link or something, but yeah,
Okay.
so it's the whole site, so I'll send it to you guys. I'll actually send it to you right now. Just so
Yeah,
you
that'd
see
be
if you
great,
get it.
because maybe we can get it on part of our agent tools on our website, the link, so they have it as an app.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing too is that we're kind of making, I guess you guys will get first privilege to this information. We are kind of like revamping our website a little bit and we're making a whole portal and tool for you agents. So it'll make it really seamless for you guys and it'll kind of like have all the information about the quick call app that they have for you guys. Like your loan status updates, kind of how that works and gives you talking points. So it'll kind of be like that same thing I told you about with the digital business cards. It's gonna be like your one-stop resource with premium. It shows you everything that could be help you support your business. So yeah. But yeah, I'll send this over to you guys, but and then with my email, if you guys have any questions, like don't hesitate. She emails me all the time, Susan, so feel free. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Awesome.
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay.
We at the back because the marketing department spoke. So we have Andrew. Do you want to wave, Andrew?
Hi, Andrew.
Tracy
Yay.
and the
Adam.
other guy.
I love you so much, Bob.
So Premium is an elite affiliate of ours, and thank you for coming in.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We also have a premier affiliate, Ryan National Bank. So shout out to them. Our platinum affiliates, Marcioni and Associates and Dollinger and Dollinger. And Dollinger. Associates, Dollinger and Heather. and Query Law, who is a gold affiliate. So thank you all for your support. We love being partners with you and look forward to the year to come. So with that said, tell me something good. Who has something good to share from the last time I saw you all? Yes, Allison.
So I have, I'm an exclusive representative for buyers for commercial real estate, looking for multifamily, mobile home parks, or storage units, 6 units to 65 units. And just let me do all the work, I'll be a really nice referral fee.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else have any good news, professional, personal, anything at all that they want to share?
I had offered an offer that was turned down. Adam, you'll love to hear this. I had an offer that was turned down, Billsboro. And they came back 3 days later, they had some life changes and accepted our offer.
Yay!
Is that a win for you and Adam?
Sorry, Andrew's the winner, but Adam happened to be there when I went to the broker's.
Sorry.
So,
got it.
no, I'm not an athlete.
It's not weighted. I don't do well at cornhole. Maybe you could be like you can toss them out for me, Michael. Great. Congrats. So exciting. Great work on that. I think what Irene is not sharing is that she used a lot of creativity with that. And just because she was initially told no, she didn't let that go. So let's keep that all in mind as we are moving forward for our clients. So great. One more, Jenny.
Our house in Pike Galligan got a lot of offer. We got 6-1 and it's gonna close at 8.
Hey, that's great news. Great. Well, I don't know. However you would do it.
I'm sitting down.
Oh, I mean, you're still my height, so it doesn't really matter. Great. Okay. Awesome. What? Okay. Anyone have anything else that they want to share? Okay. Oh, wow. I guess we've moved on. Mission, vision, and values to attract top talent, breed leaders, build wealth, and leave legacies. Our vision to be the real estate company of choice and the gateway of opportunity for our associates, and values, God, family, then business.
We're only laughing because there was a joke made at the comedy show last night. We'll tell you what.
Really funny, but not appropriate for you.
Right.
So, okay. Broker update. I'm going to turn it over to Susan, who has lots of things to share with us this month.
Okay, so first thing is, who here has used KW White Pages, show of hands, in the past to find agents around the country, look up their information? It's going away, so if you've used that before, we want you to know about the new thing that's coming. Do we happen to have this pulled up, or can we pull this up, the referral applet, to show them how it works in a click and command? So this is like if you want to find out, you met someone and you want to find out their specific contact information for whatever reason, you Google them, you can't find it, right? KW White Pages is a resource where you could put in Heather from Rochester. Maybe you didn't know Heather's last name, but it'd show you some options. You're like, oh yeah, that's the one. And it would have all of her information, her market center that she was affiliated with, her email, her cell phone, her office line, all of that. And so that's just moving into more of the command portal at this point.
This is the map one.
What's that?
Is this the map one you're gonna talk about?
No,
Oh.
no, for referrals. You mean?
Yeah.
It's a referral map? No. So, so the website is kwcom.com/agents, and it has, all 149,000 of our agents in this directory. So you can just search up here, right? So if you were to say, put my name in.
There she is.
God, I'm one of those agents that the picture is still from 2014. Didn't know that. Gotta get that updated. Yeah, but so that it's really easy. It's a lot easier than White Pages. White Pages was like working with DOS or something, like really old. Okay.
If you hit search too quick after it's.
Yeah,
I would say,
so since I wanted you to know about that little refresh, we can go back to the slides and move on. The next topic, and I'm going to breeze through this only because I really want to spend the majority of our time here in our purchase contract update. Okay. But the next topic is, who here has heard whispers or shouts on social media, probably, around Zillow Preview and KW's kind of partnership with them. Yeah, I wanted to take a minute and share with you kind of what that means. And we're not going to go. These slides are going to be published to you. Okay, so you can read them as I'm talking, or you can get them and look at them later. But Keller Williams and some other top firms are partnering with Zillow Preview. It's kind of on the heels of Compass partnering with Redfin. There's a lot of data wars happening right now with the top firms. So Compass said, you know what, we think that we want to launch an exclusive listing platform to our clients through Redfin, which will give our clients the opportunity to use not only our internal Compass MLS, but Redfin as well. And a lot of the other brokers, Gary included, which we've got a quote from Gary up here, he really feels like that is more of a it's more of a marketing ploy to keep control versus giving all consumers all the data, right? Because the reality is the MLS was built to give agents the opportunity to put their listings in and syndicate out everywhere, right? So it's the one place where all the information lives, unless it's a for sale by owner or something like that. But now with Compass saying, well, we're going to put some of our listings on Redfin before they hit the market. And now with KW saying, okay, well, fine, we're going to put some of our listings on Zillow before they hit the market. What does that do to the consumer experience? Meaning, do we think that that's good for the consumer or challenging for the consumer in a market where they're trying to find a home for sale? Challenging? Who said that? Why, Jordan?
Because it's not like giving everyone a fair opportunity to look at it at the same time, so like, I don't know, it's just limiting what people.
It's limiting, right? Let's say you're an avid Zillow user and that's like the one place you go to look at a home. Your dream home could be for sale and it's on Redfin. You've never checked Redfin, right? Now, I think eventually all of this will go away because home search is going to change to more AI and AI will crawl and look for everything, right? So it'll kind of do what the MLS was originally intended to do, which is give you access to everything. But we're in a time right now that's a little bit shaky in terms of brokerages trying to figure this out, okay? So all that you need to know, I just wanted you to know that high level in case like a client asks you what's going on, if they get buzz. I don't think that this is not big news like the commission lawsuits were, okay? I don't think that this is going to make their radar too much. It's more talking to agents, right? But what you do need to know right now is that our board still has a 24-hour rule for coming soons, okay? Let's go to the next slide because I think I can show you. Okay, so this is the clear cooperation policy, which was formed by NAR. And then NAR has recently said, well, we're going to allow the boards to determine what they want to do. So it used to be within one business day of marketing a property, the listing had to go in the MLS. And the reason for that was because if you think about human behavior, are we generally selfless or selfish? Selfish, generally, right? And that's because, you know, we want to survive, right? We're born to survive. And so what can I do to make sure I survive and my kids survive and all that? So this rule was put in place because they said, if you really think about it, an agent that puts a property out for sale, there could be some self-motivation to bring a buyer and get both sides of the commission, right? Versus exposing it to everyone in the market and maybe the best buyer is represented by another broker. What is better for the seller? The second one is better for the seller, right? Now we can package that up and lace it with, oh, you'll get exclusive access to Redfin or exclusive access to Zillow or exclusive access to our internal. I don't care what you say. The seller wins when most eyeballs see their property. Yes? Okay. So anyways, that's why that was put in place because they wanted to make sure that within one day it was put in the MLS and all agents had access. Not because it wasn't about the agents having access. It was about the consumers represented by those agents having visibility. Does that make sense? So that the seller could ultimately net more money. Okay. Public marketing definition. This just means that you can't do any public marketing prior to one day before. And that includes yard signs, social media posts, email blasts, like any public marketing that has to go in the MLS. Right?
Can I ask a question on that?
Yes.
Does that include private groups?
Yes. Because it's still public in the sense that it's still public. It's even though it's not fully open, it's a group of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This isn't just our KW, right? This is everybody. Because the reason that I ask is,
that I've noticed that a lot of other people I know, like, they'll go on and say, oh, our house is gonna be up for sale in a couple of weeks. I'm seeing that a lot. And I thought they weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be educating our clients that they can't do that.
Is that every
either.
brokerage or just KW that?
No, it's every brokerage in
Okay,
our
that's what I
board. This is a
thought.
board rule, but here's the thing. A seller could do that if they don't have a signed agreement. So if you
Okay.
don't have a signed agreement with someone, a
Okay.
seller can do that. Heck, I guess you could go and market a property if you don't have a signed agreement with them, but like, why would you? You're not protected, right?
Well, yeah, they like marketed it themselves, like, oh,
Yeah.
our property's gonna be up. I'm like.
Yeah, and that's okay if they don't have a signed agreement, but if they have a signed agreement, they really shouldn't be, because then the agent could be fined for that public marketing.
Gotcha.
Currently, okay? Office exclusives are still allowed, which means there may be a reason that your seller says, I don't want my house being publicly marketed. Maybe they're private, individual. I know there's politicians, judges, celebrities that don't want their property publicly marketed for some reason, so that's an in-office exclusive, meaning you can market it to the agents in this room, and agents on Zoom, and agents in our office, right? So these things still all apply. What changed recently is that NAR said, hey, I know we have this clear cooperation policy, and we still think it's best practice, but we're gonna let the local boards decide whether it's a 1-day rule or a 2-week rule or a 1-month rule, like how long you can advertise before putting it in the MLS. We're gonna let that be at the local discretion because we don't want another lawsuit. Okay. Now, our board has said 24 hours is still the rule locally. The only reason they've said that is because we haven't had the hard conversations to determine what to do. So we're still basing it off of what NAR told us. We are starting, I sit on the MLS board, we are starting to have those conversations, and I expect that it will change because boards are getting pressure from the KWs of the world, like us, that just signed this agreement with Zillow, the Compasses of the world, which by the way, we don't have Compass in our area, but Compass bought Realogy, and Realogy has a lot of brands that are in our area, right? So expect more shifts, but I wanted you to know that even if you heard this whisper about a Zillow preview 2 weeks, it's not applicable to us yet, okay? Are you getting any other questions on this from our agents that you feel like would be good to fill in blanks?
I think the main one was, what is this and how can we use it? And the quick answer is, it's not something we can use quite yet.
It's not
And
something
it
we can
might
use quite
change,
yet.
and if so,
Correct.
our conversations will change, right?
Yeah.
But that's been the main thing, like,
Yeah.
oh, tell me more. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
I mean, technically we could use it for 24 hours, but I don't know that that does any good to anyone, really, for 24 hours. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing, and if it changes, I'll keep you posted, okay?
Will it limit the exposure to if you're only affiliated with Zillow, it's only staying on Zillow, so nothing will go to Redfin, Realtor.com?
Once it goes in the MLS, it gets syndicated everywhere. It's just that for now, it would be on Zillow for 24 hours.
Zillow.
But wait,
Yeah.
the next slide will likely
Yeah.
answer some of that too.
Yeah, I just think with the market that we have, right, we're still seeing 30, 40 offers on properties in some areas. Most areas are still really strong. I don't know that you need to market it coming soon for 24 hours. It's a different market. Okay, we can keep going. These slides will be here for you. Let's go into the purchase contract.
This shows one of the reasons why
Yeah.
Zillow
Yeah,
is the
my kid
preferred,
chose
I mean,
Zillow.
by far,
Yeah.
right?
So this is who Compass partnered with, and you just see the number of monthly visits.
Wow.
Zillow is still the brand to partner with. So from a visibility standpoint, if we had to pick one, strategically, which one are you gonna pick? Right? Okay. Okay, so let's dive in real quick to the purchase contract changes, and I just wanna say this. If you are relying on this conversation to educate you solely, don't, meaning, please take the new contract and read it word for word. Okay, do yourself a favor, do your clients a favor, we owe it to them to be stewards of the contract and know this contract inside and out. But today for those of you that are very used to the old contract, we're just gonna point out the differences real quick. I'm only gonna zoom in on the ones that I think are the most important and most relevant.
There was an email sent out with the changes, with the slideshow changes, and a video by RC Benjamin going over all of those changes. So if you haven't seen that, watch that as well.
Yep.
That'll explain it to you in
Yeah.
a little bit more detail.
Summary of changes here as well, but we'll go through some of the details. I think one of the biggest ones, one of the biggest ones is the property inspection addendum was removed. We'll show you and get to that in a separate section. This first paragraph here, they added more space to add more buyer and seller names. That's easy in case, because before it was just 2 buyers and 2 sellers, but sometimes there's more than just 2 people involved, especially if it's an estate or something like that, okay? Approximate lot size, we used to have to say like you know, 20 by 40, like the size of the lot. Now you can actually put acreage in there, so that's kind of cool. You can go to the next slide.
Yep. Just click out of it.
Okay. Okay, this has a pretty big change too in terms of personal property. So technically you can get rid of the personal property addendum if you don't want to use it, because they have noted some things in here that I think were really common, right? Washer, dryer, dishwasher, freezer, microwave, unranged refrigerator. This freezer, guys, I think some people are using it as if it's a side by side refrigerator freezer. They're checking both. This is meant to be like a chest freezer or something like that. Okay, so if it's a fridge
Where you hide
freezer-
your bodies.
right,
Freezer.
exactly, where you hide your bodies, okay? And they added some things, so be sure to read this paragraph, because they added some things that are now, the contract is defaulting to they stay. For example, Ring doorbell. How many times have we asked our clients, are you gonna be taking the Ring doorbell? And the client's like, no, actually, I do wanna take it with me. So we have to exclude it, right? Before you didn't technically have to exclude it because it wasn't necessarily included, but it was always best practice. Now you would have to exclude it because it's written in the contract that that stays, okay? And if it came down to it and the seller said, well, I said I was gonna take it, and the purchase contract says that the buyer takes it, guess who's paying for a Ring doorbell for the seller? Seller's agent's probably paying for a Ring doorbell, if they told the agent, hey, I told you I wanted to take this, right? Okay. Generator EV charging stations, that's a new one, those are much more popular nowadays. Carpeting runners, yeah, maybe there was something happened and they removed a runner, I don't know, but the attorneys decided to add that in. And they added in beverage refrigerator, so you don't need to add wine chiller or anything like that to here. Okay. All right, then check this box if any of these are excluded from being in working order. That's pretty typical. Deposit terms, we added electronic funds transfer as an option because that wasn't really an option before. We just checked personal check and then we were like, Bob, can we use EFT? Well, now you can check that box. Some of the language they just collapsed around deposits, okay, and concessions. None of this is really a huge change. So let's go to the next slide because we'll get into the I guess the next slide doesn't get into inspection. So here's just a few things. They added like a year format here. This is the biggest one under contingencies of financing is they added a box for lender cash program. That's to help with the cash guarantees, right? Because before we would check cash, right? But it's really not cash. So they added this box, you can check lender cash program, and then it has already written in, you know how you used to write in seller to allow bank appraiser access to property prior to closing. They already say that here, okay? Now you can use this additional financing terms if there's anything specific about the cash guarantee product that your lender is using that you wanna make note of to the seller, okay? Okay, you can go to the next one. This is the big change. So before, if your clients wanted an inspection, you would simply check a box that said inspection contingency, see addendum, right? And then you would see an addendum that looked a lot like this with what kind of inspection do you want to check, right? Engineer, radon, other is where you would fill in, well, what would you fill in under other?
Well, and septic.
No, well, and septic is,
Oh, it's the.
yeah, it's separate. But what kind of other home questions? Mold, pool, right? Chimney. So I don't love that they took some of those things off as options on there to trigger you. Oh, what if you do want a chimney inspection? What if you do want a pest inspection? So you need to know those things. This language is the same first time period, second time period, third time period. That hasn't changed in terms of the order of events that happen. But this is now built into the contract. I think the thought process here is that they want to make sure consumers, because if the consumer decided to waive an inspection, they never saw the inspection addendum, so they never thought about options of all the inspections that could be offered. Now it's baked right into the contract, so they have to sign this, right? Now, most consumers are still waiving inspections, so you check here, inspection declined, okay? Now, the biggest question I'm getting is, do we still need to have them sign the inspection waiver, the KW Gateway inspection waiver? And the answer is
Yes.
yes. Why?
Just a secondary form of protection.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, who is this contract between? Who are the two parties?
Buyer and seller.
Buyer and seller. And the inspection addendum is between who? I'm sorry, the inspection waiver is between who?
You and your client.
Buyer and broker, right? So that means that the buyer waiving an inspection can't come back on ultimately my license, KW Gateway, because they chose to waive an inspection, okay? So that's why we still need it. It's not something that the listing broker is gonna ask you for, Okay, it's only something that internally we need in our, okay? Um. Condition of property, they just added to be in working order at the time of closing, but you can have an exception, so that hasn't really changed too much. Let's keep going through. Okay, so this section is a new section. We talked about this a little bit at some previous stakeholders meetings, but now, since it's in effect, let's slow down a little bit, because the way this is worded, it really has to really slow down and think about it. So, Home Equity Theft Protection Act is basically an act that says, I want to protect consumers from being someone who's getting taken advantage of by a savvy investor buyer, and they're in a tough spot, okay? So we wanna make sure that we identify that the buyer and seller of this property aren't in a position where the buyer can be taken advantage of. 95% of the time, you're not gonna need this addendum, okay? And here's how you know, in section 7, it says, check at least one box, okay? So you're gonna ask yourself, does the buyer represent to the seller that the buyer is acquiring the property for use as a buyer's primary residence? That's 80% of our contracts, right? They're buying the home for their primary residence. Great, check A and move on. But if they're not, if they're buying it as a second home on the lake, they're buying it as an investment property, then you can't check that box. So then you ask yourself, okay, is the buyer a lineal relation or spouse of the seller? Are they related? Because the law says, well, if they're related, they're probably not taking advantage of each other. So you could check that box, but most of the time they're not, right? It's a buyer from out of town coming in to buy a lake house, not related. Okay, fine. Is the seller an estate, trust, or business entity? Is the seller like an LLC, a trust, or an estate? No. So if it's a human person selling their lake house and a human buyer is going to buy it for a second home, do any of those apply yet? No. Okay. So then we check D. We have to check one, right? So we check D, and D says if the top 3 are not checked, then the seller must immediately complete the attached HEPTA addendum. Okay, so that you would want to have your seller complete this. And if you notice, who's the only person that signs this? Seller, right? Because this is, again, trying to warn a seller, let's make sure you're not being taken advantage of by a buyer here, right? So this is simply seller disclosure. And it says, to seller's actual knowledge, seller represents to buyer that there is no individual occupying a dwelling other than the buyer who has the right to acquire an interest in the property. So they're not gonna try to sell this property outside of another person that has an opportunity to own it. And at least one of the following statements has to apply. Otherwise, if it doesn't apply, then we cannot use this contract. We have to consult an attorney and use a completely different contract, okay? I doubt that will ever happen, but it's very clear and like big warning red letter, so we're not gonna get in trouble here. So let's go through.
It's up there.
Oh, thank you, okay. Yeah, it's much easier for us to read. So at least one of the following statements has to apply to move forward with the existing purchase and sale contract. Number 1, the sale of the property is by order of judgment of the court. Okay, so in our scenario, it's not. The seller is not occupying a dwelling on the property immediately prior to closing, and seller will not occupy a dwelling on the property after closing to a lease with the buyer. Okay, so the seller, in this case, the seller is selling their lake house and they're gone, right? So that we can check that, right? They're not occupying the property immediately prior to closing, and they will not occupy dwelling pursuant to a lease after closing. They're not leasing back from the buyer, okay? Because what happens, guys, is what's been happening is, I want to think of a little old lady, right? She's in bad, she's maybe past due on her mortgage. Someone comes in and says, I'll buy it from you and I'll take care of you and I'll let you lease it back from me. And she thinks it's a great deal because a lot of this pressure is taken off of her. But really, someone just stole a lot of her home equity, right? Because she probably had 200,000 sitting there and they offered her 50, and she had no idea she just lost 150,000 because her troubles have gone away, right? Her immediate troubles. Make sense? Okay, and the last one, C, the property does not have an active lis pendens filed against it, so it's not in any kind of pre-foreclosure. It's not on an active property tax lien, and it's not subject to a mortgage that's 2 or months behind. So in our situation, we could check box B and C, can't we? Assuming our seller is not behind on a mortgage, right? Okay. So just slow down on that and go through, and you'll be fine as long as you read it.
So would you check C on the previous, if you had investors that are LLCs?
Yes.
Because they're true people?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you go back to the previous? I just wanna make sure, go back to the previous, I just wanna see which one you're talking about.
It's letter C.
Seller is an estate trust or business entity, yeah, if it's an LLC, then yes, I'll check that box. Wait, go back up. I thought it said not, okay, yes, you're good, okay, so let's go to the next slide.
What if
Almost
it's an
done.
investor that's not an LLC?
If they're a human person,
You know, so, and they're not gonna live there, you can still check C, right? So what would you check then?
go back up.
Cause they're not living there as their primary residence.
So you wouldn't check A, you wouldn't check B, and you wouldn't check C, so you check D, and then you'd have to go to the
You
next
would have
page.
to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because they're not a business entity,
right,
right? They're not formed as a business entity.
right, it's just an individual.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, and then they added some language about legal fees, just saying, hey, if anything comes from this contract, then the prevailing party, whoever wins, may be subject to paying the legal fees of the party that did not prevail. And then some extra boxes checked here for the addendum, right? So if you have the HEPTA addenda, you have to add that. Price escalation, I love that they added that in here, because we were always writing that in under other attachments, so they added that there. And then they just combined some of the others into one.
I will say something's missing from that, and it sometimes populates and sometimes doesn't, but there is a commission addendum. It's at the end of that. So some of them are popping
At
up.
the end of what, sorry?
If you go back, see how there's under well and septic? They're actually, I used it the other day and it was populated with commission addendum.
Like right here?
Yes, but I've used it multiple times and it hasn't come up every time. The forms haven't auto populated a lot with everything.
I don't know why it would be there.
I don't know.
It's weird. But if you do have a commission addendum, you do wanna write that in and have it as an attachment. Okay, next slide. Yeah, I don't think anything here we need to go over next. They just updated the residential rental addendum to add more detail, so take a look at that if you're representing, either you're representing a multifamily or you're writing a multifamily,
Yep.
okay?
This is it.
That's it?
Yep.
Great. Great,
So
question?
that's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in a little time. So this is why you need to make sure you educate yourself on it
Yes.
as well.
Check yourself before.
You wreck yourself.
Thank you. Great, ALC, 2026 ALC, there they are, yay. Education Committee, Heather, any exciting updates for us?
Go on.
There's a lot of people. I'm gonna come up here because I don't like recording that.
It's not a competition.
It's always a competition.
It's a collaboration. Collaborating or whatever. I have all of these lovely people supporting everybody in the work that's fantastic. We have some classes that are on. Chloe is teaching an amazing kind of like a panel. We're gonna talk about lead generation, right? And kind of those things to try to see what everybody's needs are and then hold a lead generation class. So it'll be, are we gonna do it weekly?
Yeah, and we built it on that sheet, but I.
No, it's not, but that's
No.
how no, but that's the goal, right? To do the weekly lead generation. So I don't wanna steal your thunder. Do you wanna share about that?
Sure. I suppose. I wanted to start a lead gen accountability group to discuss different ways to lead gen, share our wins and our losses, see what's working for people. And then create a space where we can dedicate an hour each week to actually doing those activities that we talk about. My thought was Thursdays, and I talked to some people, so. Let me know if that doesn't work for you and you're interested.
I think everybody's gonna do via Zoom, right?
Yeah.
To make it easy, everybody's gonna go on mute, you kind of do your own thing, you write your cards, you call your people, you text your people, whatever you wanna do. It's just a space to hold everybody accountable for kind of sitting down and doing the things. I know that Jenny is really amazing at Canva, she's gonna get something on the calendar, to help you navigate Canva, which is gonna be awesome. And then you're gonna start to see, we actually have do you have by any chance the slide with the brand logo? No, okay. We actually have a brand logo, which you'll see next month starting. So everything is gonna be branded with the education committee logo. We're also gonna kind of grade the classes as to stars, we're trying to navigate what we're gonna do, but so that you understand what level of class it is. Maybe it's a more advanced class, maybe it's an entry level class. So that way you know when you're sitting down what you're getting into. There's also gonna be templates and guidelines for the classes, so when you sit down, you'll get something beautiful like this, you know what to expect and what you can walk away with, which is something that a lot of people wanted, some tangibility to understand what they're gonna get out of the class. So that's fantastic. Chloe and Fran are really spearheading, trying to figure out who would love to teach within the market center and what their strengths are that they'd like to bring. So if there's something that anybody wants to teach within the market center or on Zoom, please reach out to them or any of us, but that's really something that they're spearheading. So we want to be able to get you on our calendar. So leave anything out, my friends? No? Lisa, leave anything out? No, I think so. Okay, awesome. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Culture Committee, we have updates.
Yeah. So I was talking to Kim about this last night and we seen it a little bit this morning. I obviously tried to find an indoor space for Red Day, but it's pretty impossible in Canandaigua or surrounding areas. So I talked to the Y, they do have a camp on, how do you say the park? Onondaga Park. We've been there before, maybe a few years ago.
Oh, wait, is it Ananda? Ananda Park?
Ananda, yeah,
Right, Ananda.
Ananda, thank you.
Yeah.
So.
We'll send directions, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll send directions, but they are looking forward to having us help plants, paint, clean, and do pretty much what we've been doing every year. So it's really.
What's the best part about the park though?
Oh, it's overlooking the lake.
Like on the lake.
It's on the lake.
West side of Canandaigua Lake.
You see what the day is.
What, when it is?
What
What-
and when? Because there's some new people here.
Oh my goodness, okay. Red Day. I wasn't prepared for this, okay, but I know what it is. I mean, I've been here long enough. Red
You
Day
got
is a day of giving back to the community. Does anybody not know what Red Day is?
Yeah, yes, there are people who don't
Yeah,
have.
I just wanted to know.
You think I'm lying?
No, I don't think you're lying. Maybe you spoke to
You
them.
wanted to poll the audience.
Yeah, I wanted to pray the audience.
Irene, stand up. You have a Red Day sweatshirt on. Yay!
Are we, is there gonna be Red Day shirts and sweatshirts?
Yeah, they typically like a month to 2 months before, I'll keep looking, they send an email out.
Okay.
Release the
Well,
waiting for
we
it.
would
so.
love for you to wear your Red Day gear if you have it or order it, so that way we are, look, like we're volunteers and Red Day, it looks like it's on May 7th this year, so mark your calendar. We would love to have you and we have some plans for the morning before we volunteer. That we
And is
will,
this something that just Gateway does or all market centers?
all market centers
Around the country or?
around the country.
Okay.
Around the country, volunteer, give back in their communities.
So we think it's our red.
Yes, we think red, so.
Is
make
it
sure you
definitely
order
out
your-
on that?
Yes. And so that's all I have for you right now. We are planning some events and I may make some polls for, yes,
It's 14th.
the 14th. I lied, it's the 14th. Thank you.
What day
I
is
thought it was
that, a Thursday?
It's a Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
You-
Yep, it's the second.
Okay.
Always the second Thursday.
Sorry.
of every
Okay.
month.
You're close.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. 14th. Put that in your calendar.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's all for now.
Thanks, Jillian.
Yay! Morgan.
As a lot of you know, I'm a tax preparer and it's tax season, so I apologize ahead of time that I don't have as much of an update for you. Jordan's probably still waiting for me to get it back in touch with her. But we are gonna meet next month and I've got a lot of things planned. I do wanna do something along the lines of getting people from KW to bring someone and teach them about KW so that we can grow the marketplace itself. And then I also want to do some things for people individual to help them grow their businesses. 'Cause that's something I do on the side that I'd like to help a lot of people with. When they get started, they don't always know what they're doing on the outside of stuff, not just the real estate in general. I want you to feel comfortable going out and kind of owning yourself and everything that you do. So we've got a lot of things coming up, but you'll get a better update from me next month.
Awesome. Thank you. Y4C2Ts, as a reminder, these are our beliefs that we stick to here at Keller Williams. These are not just gateways, but Keller Williams overall. In the interest of time, I'm not going to ask for examples, and I would encourage you all to keep these in mind. And as we know, what you focus on expands. So these are great beliefs to help us all stay grounded. So great shout out and welcome to Anthony, who has joined us. Anthony is a new agent on the Jen LaRoche team. And so if you see him around, make sure you say hello. He's probably going to be looking tired because he is also a big college basketball fan, like myself. So we're all tired. And a huge shout out and thanks to Jen, who is the sponsor who brought Anthony in. Hey. And a huge congratulations to one of our graduates from the coaching program. Irene, we're so proud of you. We love being in business with you, and so excited to see the new listing that you have coming up tomorrow morning in Newark. Yay! Awesome. Congrats, Irene. Thank you. Thank you.
No, we can show everybody. I'm streaming her right now. Go ahead, let it down.
Okay, I didn't catch it. I don't know what happened.
Let it down.
The wrong day.
Not change it until you move the paper. Thank you. Okay, Christy, good job.
Good job, Bob. Okay, so top 3 enclosed units. Erin Bauer with 4, and this is for February because we're in March, so we do the month before. Kathy Shalansky with 4, and then look at all of those twofers.
Recent graduate.
Yes, including
right there in the middle.
Including recent graduate Irene, Ashley, Fran, Stephanie Ide, Sandy, and Josh Briner. So pretty awesome February. So great job. Top 3 closed volume. Stephanie Ide at 5.67 million, just in the month of February. Stacy Whitbeck at 5,250,000, and Kathy Shalansky at $909,900.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
I'm like 909,000 would be really good.
Yeah.
This month.
Not with these ladies.
Her $5.2 million listing to Stephanie Byers.
Incredible. Incredible. Great job, everyone. Listings taken in February, Ashley Anchor with 2, and then Sandy Howe, Courtney Dudek, Kathy, Jen, Jillian, Oaktai, Rob Opet, and Teresa all with 1. Home run hitters. So these are folks who had a listing, a closing, and a written unit in the month of February. Ashley, Sandy, Kathy, Jen. Great month, everyone. March anniversaries. Dawn with 9 years with us, and Chad 9, and Jen 9. So glad to be in business with all of you. Emily at 5 years, Allison Freiberger at 3 years, and Heather with 2. So we're so glad to be in business with you. And just kidding, there's so many more. Colin and Aaron with 2 years, Adrian with 1, and Steve Wexler for 1. So great job, everyone.
I'm just looking at the next slide already, and I'm laughing because it is hilarity. Morgan Flick is Michael. Michael Flick. Michael Flick.
Well, Susan's a little off too.
So this will get fixed when it goes out to everybody. Hi Jeff.
I mean, most important, James and I kick off the month. So let's just start strong.
So the names are correct. The pictures are not. So that is not Anthony. Irene. Yeah. Irene's had many faces today.
You're doing great, Irene. Keep crushing it.
Great with my names.
So we'll just move on. We'll move on. All right, we'll move on.
Okay, so MCA corner, Bob, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, great. We're not having any updates. We're just gonna talk about. Come on, change. There we go. So February 2026 year-to-date milestones.
We have a
This
lot.
is closed. Yes, we do. This is closed volume for year-to-date February. So January and February year-to-date combined. So the first person, we have no music today, is Stephanie I.
Yay! She is actually with buyers at the moment.
Well, that's great. So we'll do her spin. Can you step back? That's fine.
Podcast is going to someone's head.
And Stephanie wins. What did she win? $5 lottery ticket. Next person. Oh my God. This is going swimmingly. Why is this over here? All right.
So for those of you who may not know, this is just
Why don't you tell them about the boards while I fix this? There you go. Tell them about the boards.
That's literally what I was doing.
Oh.
So, for those of you who may not know, we celebrate both small and large achievements and milestones for our agents, and so this is one way that we do that. So when you hit different targets like 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, or 10 million, then you get to spin and win a prize.
Yep, so Stephanie won a $5 lottery scratch off. And Stacy is next. I will wait till the end of the 1 millions and then pull it back up. Next person, Kathy Shalansky, congratulations. Laura Helker. And Ashley Ebbing Anchor. All right, so we will do now. This is Stacy's spin. Just not the same without the music playing. $10 merch credit for Stacy. Kathy Shalansky. $50 business cards.
Good one.
We'll do Ashley's not here, right? Nope. But where did Laura? Laura, come on up. Business cards.
What is that for Ashley?
Yep.
Oh, okay, got it.
There you go. Put it to the middle and then hit the button. There you go. Spin it to win it.
Taking control of your own destiny, Laura.
Oh,
$5 gift card. You can.
and take you out to lunch. Awesome.
All right. So the next round is 2 million. Stephanie I. We'll just go through these. Stephanie I. 2 million. Stacy Whitbeck, 2 million. And Josh Briner, 2 million. That's the 2 millions. And we have 5 million, obviously. We've seen that. Stephanie. And Stacy. Yay.
Did Josh get a million last month?
Yes, Josh is
Cool.
All right, the $2 million prizers. 3 people. This is Stephanie's first. One free for sale sign for Stephanie. Yay! Thank you for clapping. Stacy's up. Stacy. Oh, $100 to original credit. And Josh. Josh gets a $25 gift card for Josh. Now. Stephanie. Just winning just big bucks around here. Stephanie gets free headshots with Morgan.
Yes.
And Stacy gets Stacy gets an invoice credit.
Got business cards, invoice credits. She start a business.
And that's all for that.
Awesome, great,
All right.
thank you.
Now
Month,
that we've lost everyone, let's get them back.
yeah, okay, that's my part. Month to date Gateway profit share, so, as a reminder, once we pay our bills each month, when we have money left over, which we have always had, when there is money after the bills have been paid, we give that back to the agents who have helped our office grow. So in the month of February, we were able to give back $177 to our agents. That is, while that may not be millions of dollars, the fact that we are still are able to participate in profit share and still have that money to give back, especially during a leaner month like February, is awesome. So
There were 475 market centers that did not profit share at all. So
out of how many?
About 800.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yep. So yes. Year to date, so for the 2026, so January and February, $1,943 has gone back to agents who have helped our market center grow. Lifetime Gateway, so since we began Transmittal in December 2017, we have given back to agents who have helped us grow $638,725, which is pretty awesome. The lower, the language of real estate.
You don't wanna do it? I'm just kidding. Was it?
Sure.
Okay.
Not as well as you, but I'm happy to.
This new look is still gotta get used to. I'm just used to like seeing it a different, gets my eyes too, the color. Okay, so we have, as you know, we go over our numbers every month. We are the CEO of our own business, so it's important that we look at our numbers and understand how we compare to ourselves first and foremost, and then how we compare to the market. So maybe there's something we're missing or lagging behind on, or something we want to take credit for because we're doing really well. So this is looking at ourselves versus ourselves. So this is looking at how are we doing this year versus how did we do last year, okay? Then it's taking the difference and it's giving us a percentage change. What do you notice about the percentage change here? Any trends?
Positive.
All but one are positive, which means you all are doing better this year in 2 months in than you were last year 2 months in. We collectively, right? Our closed units are up 15% and our closed sales volume is up 38%. What does that mean? Higher prices. I have a feeling that the property that Stephanie and Stacy sold together helped with that, right? They sold $10 million of real estate transactions, which is awesome. What I love to see are the leading indicators. So I generally will go right to listings taken and contracts written because I want you to think of that as the windshield of your business, okay? The rear view mirror is closed units and listings sold because that's looking at what happened 3-4 months ago to generate that closing, right? Whereas listings taken and contracts written is looking at when are they going to close? Probably 30 to 60 days out, right? So the good news is that we are up 35% in listings taken volume and 11%. We took 5 more units with 5 more listings this year than we did last year. Okay. The only thing we're down on is one leading indicator of contracts written. This year we did 75 contracts written. Last year we did 79. So we're down 5% in contracts written, but the volume is making up for that because the contracts that we did write was more volume, worth more. And we get paid on volume, not units, right? At the end of the day, we want to focus on units because units is what will help ensure that we hit our goal if we're selling at the same or higher average sale price, right? But now you can see here gross commission income with all of the additional closings. $210,000 more in total gross commission this year in 2 months than last year, up 37%. So that's awesome. Now let's take a look at how we compare to the market. Right on time, Bob.
Yeah.
And I know you always have some great color to add to this. So this is looking at, we just saw all these numbers, didn't we? Yes, we just looked at all these percentages. So now we're gonna stack it against how the board is doing. So this includes us. Right?
Mhm.
Okay, so all the other brokers combined, the board is actually down 1% in closed units year to date. We're up 15, so we're beating the board by 16%. Love to see that for us. And the board is up 5%. So even the board is experiencing a higher average sale price. We're just experiencing a much higher average sale price, likely due to that luxury property that's sold on the lake, which we'll take it, right? This one is my favorite. Favorite. We're up 11% in listings taken. The board is down 3%.
That
So
is
you would
not
take-
my favorite
Okay.
because
Because
the
what?
board's down 3%, and that's not good for buyers.
No, it's not good. Okay, fair. It's not good for we want more listings, but I love the fact that we're
Yes,
beating
that
the
we're
board by
beating.
14%.
That I like.
Yes.
The result I like.
Correct. Yes. Love that for us.
Yeah, podcast plug, we talk about those numbers there.
Cool. So the only place, and this showed up for us here, that we're down is contracts written, and that's also the spot that the board is beating us on. So the board is down 1% in contracts written. We're down 5%, so we're lagging behind in 4%, which means that technically the board is doing a little bit of a better job in getting their buyer offers. Well, not really
So
accepted.
here's the difference.
Yeah, I guess it is accepted.
Well,
Okay.
but here's the difference.
Yeah.
The difference is that contracts written for the board is real time. Contracts written for us is when you turn your paperwork, when you turn your commission in.
So there could be some.
So there's
missing.
usually a 30-day lag
That's
between
fair.
those numbers. So I expect that our numbers will get better as the months go on.
Yeah.
So we're always lagging behind them when it comes to the contracts written number. So that was tough to.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Anything else to add to this, Bob, that you're seeing in terms of the numbers?
No, just the most recent podcast, which is not out, it's edited. We have a guest that we're doing an interview with tomorrow, and then it will be out next week. But we talk about the listings taken number and it being -3 or -3%, and the pre-pandemic number it's like 1,430 listings year to date less than pre-pandemic. So we had a bad year last year, and we're 3% below that, and we're about 1,400 listings less than we were 2019 at the same point. So it's tough out there.
It's tough out there. Anything you hear in the national news does not apply to our market right now. So we have to bring that perspective to our clients and show them that. Anything else on the other side? I think we're good.
No, we're
Okay.
good.
Last thing I'll leave it with is 2 months in. So even though these are great, I don't celebrate it too much until we're more like at least 3 months into the year. Because then we have a full quarter of data, right? And real estate can be so cyclical and so, up and down and volatile in like 1 month. Like you can have an amazing month this month and it makes it look like last year at this time it was not good. So take it with a grain of salt. Keep your head down, keep doing good things, keep serving your clients, and ultimately the real results will come in the second half. Okay.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Only a few slides left.
Upcoming events. Tomorrow, Lucas Hine is teaching his GPS 411 and AI class. This is a class that he did at Family Reunion on a national stage for a national audience. We're really lucky that he's here in our market, and specifically in our market center to be able to present this to everyone. So I would encourage you to attend that. It is available in person and Zoom if you're able to. So there's that. Breakthrough 120 is a new class that has been curated by KW National. It is going out to all market centers. It is really designed to help agents really amp up and boost their business. It's very intensive. It's an intensive program. It runs 5 days consecutively for 4 hours each day. And so we are launching it for the first time. It takes about 50 hours or so for the instructor or the facilitator to learn the material to be able to teach it. And so we are starting it on April 6th. If you are interested in this and you have not yet heard about it, let me know. We are keeping the first group intentionally a little bit smaller because it's my first time going through it, and so I would prefer a smaller group rather than 30 people, just for my own comfort's sake. But if you are really, really interested and you really want something that's intensive that's going to help you with your business, reach out to me and we can talk to see if this is the best time. We will be offering it again after this. It's not a one and done. But if you're interested, let me know. It's going to be really powerful. They have done a lot of beta tests in different size markets, including one in New York State, and the results have been really, really strong. So I'm optimistic about it. Save the date. We have the 2025 award celebration coming up. On the sheet in front of you, there's a QR code where you can scan and RSVP if you have not yet done so. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Morgan has worked really hard on it, and so we're super excited about this and an opportunity to celebrate the last year and all the great things that we have accomplished together.
Yeah, if you are going to attend, please sign up sooner rather than later, because we do have affiliates that we have a certain number of tickets for, and we need to ensure that we do not go over. So if you can, please sign up if you plan on attending. Thank you.
Cappy hour, we if you are a capper, you have likely heard about this, but we have our Cappy hour coming up on Wednesday, April 22nd at DeWolf Brewing in Victor. And just a reminder to all cappers, this is the one where you are encouraged to bring a friend from another brokerage. So feel free to continue inviting and extending that warm gateway welcome to folks. Save the date. This is pretty important. I would say it's important. Not that everything else hasn't been important, but particularly important. On Thursday the 4th, we here in Canandaigua are hosting the region. So agents from Albany to Buffalo and everyone in between will be coming for a regional summit. There may be some things the day before on the 3rd. I'm not really sure about that quite yet. I'm on the planning committee and we're still working on it, obviously. But Thursday the 4th is going to be the day. You're not going to want to miss it. Those of you who were here last year, Phil M. Jones came and spoke. We will have a different keynote coming. We have not signed the contract, so I'm not able to say anything, but it is a pretty big name. I think most of you will be excited to hear from this person. Plus, it's shaping up to be a pretty great day. So if you are, if you have any questions about that, it's right here in Canandaigua. It would be really embarrassing for me if I didn't have a lot of agents come. So please mark your calendars. If you can't make it, I understand, but I don't want anyone to say they can't make it because they didn't know about the date early enough. So it's March 25th. It's my mom's birthday, and you heard it here, June 4th. We also talked about it last month, but that's okay. June 4th, please mark your calendars because I think it's going to be really special. Favorite things form, that's Diet Coke. Just a reminder to fill out your favorite things, and so that we can surprise you with some of your favorite things. We can't do that if we don't know what they are. Then it's just awkward. It's my favorite things that I give you. KW Kiddos. If you have a kiddo in your life who has done something awesome, please let us know. We love to celebrate them and send out cards and those kinds of things. So if there's anyone that we should be doing that to, please let us know. Merch store. We have the QR code on the sheet as well. But some really cool merch stuff. Morgan's done an awesome job making some things and designing things and having samples for us. For those of us who go, I don't know if I want to get it because I don't know how it feels. We have them up there so you can know how it feels before you order it. So go and feel it and then order stuff. Ooh. Oh, I thought we had like a thing.
We have nothing.
We have nothing. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, if you're not one of the 7 people who have listened to it, Bob and I have
6 of those being Kim's mom.
listen, I make her keep it on repeat. We have a podcast, it's out, I think personally it's hilarious. I've gotten feedback from some of you.
It's the dumbest thing that I've ever done in my entire life.
So there you go.
Somebody said last night at an event Kim and I were at, saying that they were getting to know you and like loved how much you were talking, just so you know.
Well,
I won't mention any names, Kim.
I didn't say it.
yeah,
but no,
okay.
yeah.
We've also,
I did hear it was nice to hear about Tom.
we've also heard the feedback on the name, and I overruled everyone. It's gonna be TBD with Bob and Kim. That's like the sounds of it. Yes, it is.
So cool, it's gonna be great. And there it goes. Profit Share Podcast with Linda and Press McKissick.
Very specifically, I'm gonna put a link in the follow-up email that I sent you guys. And it is a link to an episode that they did with Gary Keller where he goes into the history of profit share.
Cool.
There may be a class on this, I'm not sure. I know there was a little bit of interest, so but I wanted to get this out to you guys and put it on here and let you know that it's gonna be attached and take a look at it.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, we have a minute and a half of nothing, so we're early. We finished early. Go enjoy the rest.
Just one last thing, sorry everyone. Aaron Doyle, Jordan, if you want to come up and get your Girl Scout cookies, everyone who RSVP'd to today's meeting gets Girl Scout cookies. So thank you for RSVPing because that helps us with our counts. That's it, now you can go eat.